and welcome to a new project. I am really excited about this one. I am going to try to recreate this picture. This artwork was recently done on Nerdforge's channel. She did a video recreating her artwork so many years later, and this was one of the ones she recreated. And I just thought this was incredible. And I was trying to find, I was in the process of trying to find my next project. I was like, it's nearly Valentine's Day, what can I do? I don't want to do a stereotypical Valentine's. And then I saw this and it's very Queen of Hearts. And I just went, it's meant to be. This is Valentine. I really hope to do this picture justice and see how well I can bring it into real life. With all that being said, to achieve this, I am helping myself out and using a pattern. This is Simplicity 8363. I'm just using the top half of this pattern. Our fabrics, we're matching this picture. So for the bodice section, I have this blue velvet. Oh goodness, dropping it. And then I thought, keeping with the Queen of Hearts theme, let's bring in some red for the skirt. And for the collar corset business thing, I actually have a big old roll of pleather. It's got some stretch to it. I don't know if that's going to help me or hinder me. But, so I've got, don't fall over. So yeah, I'm going to play with that. And then finally, I've got some foam. This is this stuff. Where is it? Eva foam. Let's get to cutting it all out. I'm starting with my bodice and I've got it all cut out now. So bodice, corset, top plus lining. And then here are my neck corset pieces ready to go. So let's get to assembling this thing. My lining is all together, complete with the boning channels. Now I've got to put together the outer velvet layer, same way as I did this one, minus the bony channels. The aftermath of sewing velvet, all the little fallout bits. Alright, I've got my lining and my outer put together, which is upside down. There we go. My next job is to put them together. So I'm going to sew my backs together, flip them, and then probably attach the binding to the top edge, and then put the boning in, and then do the binding on the bottom edge so that I can seal up all the boning channels. My back edges are together and I have flipped it through. I have also done a edge stitch just to encourage it to lie the right way with minimal pressing because velvet, and then a boning channel just along there. So my next step is to put a lot of pins in the top edge and then baste that to then put the binding on the top. So if you've seen any of my videos, pretty much any of them, at some point in that video I will mention the fact that I hate stitching in the ditch. Absolutely loathe it, I'm horrendous at it, I avoid it every chance I get. But I am also determined to get better at it because I really need to. Like, I'm so bad at it. So with this binding, we're gonna give it a go. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know what it is about stitching in. Like, I can stitch in the ditch to follow a line, but stitch in the ditch to attach binding or a waistband, I can never get it, and it always ends up wobbly, and I never catch the actual backside of the fabric that I'm trying to catch. And so I pretty much prefer hand stitching it, but I cannot avoid it forever. I could try, and I would like to, but I shouldn't. So let's do this. Let's get better at this. I don't know what just happened, but I just did the best binding job I have ever done. It's still not perfect, it's a little wobbly, and the centre bit, you know, where it's all deep V is a bit... But compared to my usual binding efforts, this is a 10 out of 10 incredible miracle that has just happened here. Yay! That means I don't need to practice it anymore, right? I'm a pro now. I'm done. I'm never doing it again, right? I can just go back to hand stitching. Now I'm going to put in the boning into all my channels and then do the same thing to the bottom edge. My boning is now in place in this lining layer, and now I'm just going to repeat what I did to the top with the basting and then binding, and she will be ready for grommets. Corset bodice part is complete. I think she looks beautiful. I'm so happy with this velvet. I just love velvet. Next, I am moving on to the neck corset-y business, which has the sleeves also. The neck corset is pretty much together, minus the side seams, underarm things. So now I'm going to put in the boning along each seam. So my collar piece is basically done. I need to put the grommets in the back still, but it is together. I feel like the main thing it does is give me a lovely double chin, so that's fun. But I just need to remember to look up. But yeah, I think it's turning out really cool. I love that it's got this sort of love hearty thing, which is very Queen of Hearts. Now I need to attach the sleeves to each thing and put the sleeves together. I haven't done anything with them yet. I am loving how this is turning out, and this lace up back is so cool. She's coming along. She needs something down here now, and she also of course needs her big shoulder armor pieces, which I'm still scared of, so I haven't started anything with them. So maybe skirt? This is a very easy method of skirt making. All I really have to sew is this back seam, and because it's the selvage, I don't even have to finish it. I don't have to overlock it or nothing. She is coming together. We have a full outfit as a base to now go wild on. I am now just working on these like shoulder armor bits and trying to get the shape right. I've adapted these pieces into more pointy long shapes, technical term, and I think I'm pretty happy with these. So I think I'm ready to cut these out of the foam and play with that, and then we can do this. I have no idea. All my pieces are silvery black painted on the one side now. And before I do the underside of these ones, because I want them to look like this, which is very curved, I'm going to, because I don't have a heat gun to sort of help shape this, because you can apparently use a heat gun with this stuff, but that's a bit fancier than what I've got. I am going to instead use some of this boning and I do have a hot glue gun, so hopefully this still works. I'm just going to put a bit of this boning down the center and hope that it will at least give it a little bit. It doesn't have to be as extreme as this, but a little bit of a kick up in the middle would be nice. My pieces are all finished front and back, including my top piece with the boning, which is now a lot less noticeable than when it was bright white. I'm going to lay them up and hot glue them together in that sort of positioning, and then figure out how to attach them. I've just glued some string on, which I hope will work to tie it around the shoulder things, but I have two shoulder pieces that will hopefully work. I still need to figure out the head piece, which I don't know, maybe I'll just do the central bit rather than the ear thingies, because there's a lot and I need to get this done relatively soon. But I also might do some little decoration bits here just to bring some of the red up, because I have some of these guys, so little red hearts. And I thought, because she's got in the picture, it looks like a bit of trim on here. So I thought, because I don't have any trim that looks even remotely similar, thought maybe I'd just quickly stitch on a couple of these. is left on this now is the crown headpiece section, which I came very close to just completely giving up on because I've used up all my brain power on the making of, and the crown just seemed like too much. So I have a wonderful mother who took over and patterned it out for me. I have pieces and now I just need to make them work. So that's half of the top, which will then wrap around the head, and then this is the part that sits down. So it ends up, you know, looking like that. So today's project is to get that working. Once that's done, she's done. My pieces are there drying and I'm going to clean my hands. This sort of project is a lot messier than my usual sit there and sew. The last thing I want to do to these pieces is add the little gems. So she's got a heart on each side of her ear flappy pieces and also one big central one. And there you have it, my Queen of Hearts look, inspired by Nerdforge. Freaking love your artwork. Thank you for creating it. And what do you reckon? Did I do it justice? I mean, look, there's parts of this whole thing, like these shoulder bits, for example, that I definitely could have done better. Well, I would have liked to have done better. I mean, it works, but it's not as good as I envisioned it to be, but that is because I don't have the skill yet, and I need to be more comfortable with not being perfect at things I've never done before. Yeah, that's a big thing I'm working on. It's a journey. So yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. Floppy shoulder armor bits and all. What do you think? Is this a look complete with earpieces that you'd wear to your Valentine's Day plans? I wish you all a happy Valentine's, whatever it is that you are celebrating this year. Happy that to you, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye!